weird. So, I read that Oak Island is, oh, there's a Biden-Harris bumper sticker. I know that ticks somebody off when I mention stuff like that. I'm a Trump supporter, and I hope you are too, and that you support Israel. I did not know this was here. This is Oak Island. I think I read it's where something like it joins Cayuga and Seneca Lake or something. Okay. It's a golf cart shuttle. What is this? Is this part of the 1st New York?
Yes. So this camp all right here is the 1st New York Light Artillery. So we are an artillery unit that was originally out of Rochester, New York.
Oh, okay.
And we represent the Battery L from Rochester, New York.
Oh, wow.
It was originally started by John Reynolds, who at the time has the same name as one of the infantry generals that was famous from Gettysburg. He was a different John Reynolds who actually served at the same time.
Oh, okay.
He went a step further and he said, well, I'm going to, instead of what Parrott did where he had a blacksmith weld the entire piece in the back, Griffin said, I'm going to start with an entirely welded tube rather than a cast tube like all the others were for that period, poured into a mold for that point. So you have a central mandrel, which is basically a rod that it's built upon, and they would hammer and forge weld band iron onto that rod to build out the 3-inch ordnance rifles. So this was actually hand forged for these guns.
Wow.
But what it did was it reinforced the iron at that point in time because of the forging process that introduced carbon. The introduction of carbon made it into a low carbon steel, and therefore really reinforced the piece, allowed it to actually take the expansion impacts of when the tube is firing off. Because when this kicks with a pound of powder going off inside of it, and it fires that shell down range, the shell goes down a mile. This gun, because of the force generated by pushing that shell, jumps back 6 feet.
Yeah, I remember they had to get back real quick, right?
Yes,
when they were
moving in battery, so that we go right back to your original position.
Attention signal for hand signals is this.
Oh, okay.
They still use it today.
Yeah. Oh.
And the numbers, this is called come to the ready. So this is a 1, this is a 2, and this is a 3. So if we were going to do 1, 1, 2, you go 1, 1, 2, and pause. And that we have to put the dot. That stands for pause. If you don't pause, then you get a bunch of numbers that don't mean anything.
So Lincoln had a campaign song?
He did, and the interesting part of that is that it's actually an old English pub song called "Rosin the Bow," was where they took where they took the melody from, and they used to do that a lot with these olden songs. They would borrow the melody from one, and they would change the lyrics and things. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, I'd love to.
And he's here somewhere. He is. He was over there.
He is around.
Oh, was he really? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's definitely a selfie.
Are you recording for?
May I?
Pardon me?
No, just for my.
Just for your own purposes.
Yeah.
You've been doing an article or something. Hurrah for the choice of the nation, our chieftain so brave and so true. Roll for the great Reformation, for Lincoln and liberty too. For Lincoln and liberty too. For Lincoln and liberty too. Roll for the great Reformation, for Lincoln and liberty too. Our good David's heir is undaring, the slave-ocrat's giant he slew.
think Abraham Lincoln. I think Abraham Lincoln's in the other room.
Stairs were narrow and steeper back in the day. Yeah. And people just, apart from difference in sizes, things.
Jesus, it really looks like him. Well, you actually look like him. Oh, that's amazing.
Well, not very many people know what Samuel Gridley looked like.
Who?
Samuel Gridley.
Samuel.
Isn't that who you're referring to?
No.
Not gonna catch her. Funeral car in Pennsylvania at a place called Stone Gables Estate in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, really?
They have my friend who built the Lincoln funeral car also built the locomotive and several of the period passenger cars that go there. They're all reproductions, but they are from the 1850, 1860 period, and they're building an 1860s roundhouse. They've got several covered bridges, and it's a lovely place if you like railroad stuff.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You can
Well,
see
I've been
the
down to
funeral
the
car.
Scranton for the rail. There's a museum there,
Yeah,
but
this is a little farther
is.
down, closer to Hershey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Elizabethtown is just from this side of Pennsylvania. You have to go a little past Harrisburg.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit
Close,
more
it's
of a
close to
trip.
Gettysburg, so
Oh, okay.
you can.
President Lincoln, it was so nice to meet you.
Well, delightful to meet you, and
Probably
best
see you
wishes
next
on your
week.
work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.